Hello guys, welcome back to DFS Magazine. I'm Taylor Simone, obviously the owner of DFS Magazine, and today we are going to be doing a 2025 Met Gala recap because honestly, it was a lot going on. We had some good looks, we had some bad looks, we had looks that I don't even know, and some really beautiful looks. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. The 2025 Met Gala's theme was Superfine, Tailoring Black Style. So the dress code for this event was really tailored for you. It encouraged guests to interpret the theme through their own creative lenses. So if you want a real in-depth detail about the Met Gala, it's basically a fundraiser raising money for the Met. And this year, they broke the record raising the most money of all time. All the times of them having the Met Gala, this year was the time that they broke the record. Now we are about to get into the nitty gritty. We're getting real spicy in this video today, so let's do that. So first, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room because there were some big designers that were missing from this year's 2025 Met Gala, and these designers basically are at the Met Gala every single year, but this one, when it's really about black creatives, black style, they were missing. No shade, no tea, but what happened? Those designers that were missing from this Met Gala include Gucci, Celine, Bottega Veneta, Alexander McQueen, Loewe, Giorgio Armani, Fendi, and Dolce & Gabbana. So basically these designers who have different celebrities that come to the Met Gala pretty much are buying tables for the celebrities to wear their designs on the stairs, to get photographed, all that media coverage. But this year those brands didn't come, and it's just like, why? Because you come every other year. Why this year with this theme you're absent? That's just something that we can ponder on and just wonder what happened. So now we're going to talk about some reoccurring themes that we saw on the Met steps. Something that I saw a lot, of course, was pinstripes. Pinstripes were prevalent early in the Harlem Renaissance, during the dandy era. I really enjoyed looking at a lot of the pinstripe looks. I'm somebody who loves a good tailored suit that is pinstripe at that. So seeing that on the Met steps, I wasn't really surprised because I knew that's when you research dandyism, you're going to see a lot of pinstripes. So I knew that was going to happen with this Met Gala. Another trend that I saw a lot within this Met Gala was for the women and men actually were S curls. You know, back in the early 20s and 30s, women and men would wear S curls like on their forehead, and honestly I really wanted to understand how did they do that, but it was really nice to see. I love that people really embrace that as well, because I love that aspect of the 20s and 30s style. Now we're going to talk about some looks that really stood out at this 2025 Met Gala, and we're just going to analyze them. So let's just get straight into that. First, we're going to start off with Rihanna. Rihanna was the last to show up to the Met steps, closing it out for the night, and honestly, it was worth the wait. Rihanna's always worth the wait because it's Rihanna. So, analyzing this look, I really get a Madam CJ Walker type of vibe with this look. If you don't know, Madam CJ Walker is the first self-made woman millionaire. Now, deeply looking into Rihanna's look, which is a custom look from Marc Jacobs, I really love that. First, she announced her pregnancy on the Met steps. She's wearing this corset that's really hugging her pregnant belly, and I think that was a really good touch. Not something that's sinking her in, but really accentuating her little belly bump. I love a crop blazer. I think crop blazers are so chic, so on brand for her. I love the tie. I love that the skirt part is basically kind of a trench coat, long coat, pinstripe, of course. I love how they have it buttoned and then like the arms of the trench coat are behind her. I think that is going to be a trend, and I actually want to try that because I think that's really cute because I saw it on Pinterest before. I really love that, and of course the hat just tops off the look, really accentuating that Madam CJ Walker vibe that I was talking about earlier. So I'm going to give Rihanna a 10 out of 10 because it's Rihanna and I love her, and I just think this was a really perfect look, especially since she is announcing her pregnancy and have her bump. I think this was just chef's kiss and really on theme for this 2025 Met Gala. Next, we are about to talk about Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina wore a custom look by Louis Vuitton, and she said on the Met steps when she was getting interviewed, because I watched the whole live stream, she said that basically Pharrell was like, you're too short for pants, so we're gonna put you in a bodysuit. You're not gonna wear any pants. I honestly am a little weary about this look. I'm not sure if I fully love it or if I fully hate it, or I'm just neutral, and I think I am just neutral. I feel like more could have been done. The bodysuit was nice. It's a nice touch. If we're being honest, the original Playboy bodysuit, which kind of emulates what Sabrina Carpenter has on for the 2025 Met Gala, was designed by a Black woman, Zelda Wynn Valdez. I don't know, I just feel like more could have been brought to the table for Sabrina Carpenter's look. I think it's very standard, very okay. Like, that's all I can say, is it's okay. Like, it didn't stun me when I saw her walking at the Met Gala on the steps. Next, we have Megan Thee Stallion and Michael Kors. Now, I just have something to say for Megan's look. I think it's a beautiful red carpet look. She took inspiration from one of my favorite people when I was younger, which is Josephine Baker, especially with the hairstyle that she had on. I just feel like I need Megan to really step out of the box. I feel like she does a great job at cosplaying when it comes to her off the red carpet looks with her anime, and then her videos are always so vibrant and creative, and I need that same vibrancy and creativity to come out when she's on the red carpet, because sometimes she can just blend in. I think this is a beautiful look, don't get me wrong, but I feel like she could have did more with the theme. Like, I don't know what's going on sometime with her styling, and not to put her down at all, but I just feel like I wanted more from her. But she looked beautiful at the Met Gala, and you can't put that down at all. But it's just, I need something else from her. Like, it's just, sometimes it's just random. Like, some of the looks are just random. Like, this was just random, but it was an interesting look because of what it paid homage to. So I would give Megan Thee Stallion, I would give her a 6 out of 10. I'll give her a 6 out of 10 for this look. Probably a 7 because of what it paid homage to. But okay, we'll say 7. 7 out of 10. Now we are going to talk about Ayo Adebri. Ayo Adebri wore Valentino to this 2025 Met Gala. Now, analyzing this look, I love it. At first when I saw it, I was not a fan. But after looking at photos of it, I became obsessed. I love how the dress emulates a white button-up. It's a long dress that's in white button-up form. I love how it's kind of open, showing a little bit of skin. I love the beading on the dress as well. I love how at like the torso area, it's to the body, to the dress, and then it's just flowing and just moving wherever way it wants. I love the leather jacket scrunched up, then with like the little tassels and capes on the side of it. Amazing. And I love the addition of the sheer gloves, sheer black gloves. This is honestly a 10 out of 10 when you really are looking at the details, because it's very structured, very tailored. Ayo, you get a 10 out of 10 from me, boo. A 10 out of 10. Now let's talk about Amelia Gray and Valentino. So ahead of the Met Gala, I knew somebody was gonna pull a do-rag that shouldn't wear do-rags, if you know what I mean. And this look by Amelia was very, how can I say, not the best, kind of tacky, not it at all. No shade to her, beautiful lady, but it just didn't give. Like, I feel like a do-rag was thrown on there to be like, yeah, black, ooh, ha. No, it's a no. That didn't do nothing. The jacket, too big for her, not tailored. The lace, it just is not it at all. And I hate to be so mean about it, but like, it's just not representing the theme well. And I don't know, like, it just wasn't popping for me at all. So I'm just not even gonna rate this look. We're just gonna go to the next person. Now let's talk about Cardi B. Cardi B attended the 2025 Met Gala wearing Burberry. Now, at first glance, when you look at this look, it looks a lot like this Terry Mugler look that Diana Ross wore back in the day, especially with the hair too, because Cardi B had like blown out hair, which was so beautiful. I really love when her hair is blown out like that. I think this look was 100% on theme. I love the accentuated shoulders. I love an accentuated shoulder. I just have to say that. I love how it's a deep, a plunging neck, top cinched with like a satin, I'm going to say a satin belt or satin tie. I love the pants. It's very 70s chic, because we were missing a lot of 70s dandy, because a lot of dandy comes out of the 70s as well. A lot of people went straight to like the early 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and kind of skipped out on that 70s aesthetic, and I think Cardi B hit it on the nail. I think it was perfect look, hair, makeup, everything. I love the wide leg trousers, just everything perfect. The ruffles, perfect. I don't know how many times I gotta say perfect, but perfect. I really loved this look. So of course I'm going to give Cardi B a 10 out of 10. Now we're going to be talking about Doja Cat, and she attended the 2025 Met Gala wearing Marc Jacobs. I'm going to take a brief intermission to say that I believe that Marc Jacobs and Thom Browne had the best looks at this year's 2025 Met Gala. Everything was creative, out the box, very on theme, tailored. It was amazing. They ate down. Back to Doja Cat, she wore an 80s inspired rock and roll type of look. So analyzing this look, another accentuated shoulder moment. We know in the 80s, big loud shoulders were in. I love how the corset, there's like a mini corset sewn on top of the blazer bodysuit, which is in like a cheetah print, which was popular in the 80s as well. Very vibrant, loud. I love the stockings paired with the super high heels. Love a good high heel moment, a heel that you look at and be like, how do I even walk in that? And I really loved her makeup with this look. In the 80s, they really wore loud makeup. I loved how the eyeshadows all the way up to the eyebrow bone. I love the red lip, the wing liner. I think this was just truly a 10 out of a 10 look. The pinstripe, there's also pinstripe, of course, in this blazer, but I mean, what's there to expect? Everybody had pinstripes at this Met Gala. But I really love this look. Everything about it. Like really analyzing it, looking deep into it, knowing how the girls in the 80s used to wear their clothes and their makeup and their accessories. This was perfect. And of course, I've just been giving everybody 10 out of 10s. I know. But I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. Somebody who I was waiting on for this Met Gala was, of course, Zendaya, because she is styled by my ultimate favorite person in this fashion industry, which is Law Roach. Zendaya wore a custom Louis Vuitton suit. Now, a lot of people were saying that this was basic. They expected more from Zendaya. They thought this was just the first look. She's going to do something else. No, this is all she's doing. Now, Zendaya referenced Bianca Jaggers and also Diana Ross in Mahogany. I really think the tailoring of the suit is what makes it stand out the most. Like, she didn't have to do too much like she usually does for these red carpet moments. I think this, because it was tailored so well, and Zendaya is naturally amazing at posing, especially in really good looks like this one, I think it just tops the cake and makes it so good. The hat really gives Diana Ross from Mahogany. Literally, my mom after this was like, I have a suit like that, I have a hat like that, I'm dressing like this the next time I can, because it was just so fierce and chic. Subtle, but very chic. Now, because a lot of people wanted to play into the neutral colors, because, you know, dandyism in the early 20s and 30s, around the time of recession, where it was just a dual neutral tone type of moment. A lot of people had white, blacks, and grays on at the Met Gala, and somebody even showed up in pretty much the same look as Zendaya. That person is Anna Sawahi. There's literally a video of Law Roach seeing Anna Sawahi walk in, and he's like, oh, Luckily we walked in first. I'm going to insert the clip right here. But because I love Zendaya, I really give this look, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm honestly going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it was somebody else. Like three other people wore white suits. So it's just like, it wasn't that, you didn't think that far out of the box. It's just Zendaya's just a beautiful girl. The suit had great tailoring and she can pose so good. So that's why I give it like a 9.5, 9 out of 10. So next we're going to be talking about Laura Harrier wearing Gap Studio by Zac Posen. Now this look, when I saw it, I was like, this is so ethereal, this is so beautiful, it's so whimsical. It's very her because she gives that lights in the wind, beautiful type of girl. So I think this look was perfect. The sheer huge sleeves, the kind of, it was a vest. It looks like it could be a vest with the sleeves added. It was tailored perfectly. The wide trousers with the cuffs, I love this look so much. And she was posing, she was giving us these, those, this, tea. Okay, Zac Posen did his big one on this one. I think it was beautiful. It's very 70s inspired. I love the I love the 70s dandy, and I think she really hit it on the nail. I give her a 10 out of 10. My girl did her big one and I'm here for it. So next we have Savannah James in Hanifa. Now Savannah James did show up solo. Now, I really loved Savannah's look. I think Savannah's just a classy lady all around. So I love, of course, pinstripes. That's what was in for this Met Gala. She wore this deep red wine colored pinstripe dress. A lot of people hated the corset, but I thought the corset was really cute and tea. I feel like it pulled it all together. That contrasting colors of the red wine color and then the tan really did numbers for me. I love the oversized cuffs. I love the tie. I love a good tie, especially for a kind of suit and tie type of look if I'm trying to go for that. Now, I saw her get ready with me. I believe it was on Vogue if I'm not mistaken, and she had a oversized red hat that I wish she could have worn with this look because it would have added so much to it. In the comments was like, she should have worn a hat, she should have worn a hat, she should have worn a hat. But I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. She didn't do it, but she still looked good doing it. I'm honestly going to give Savannah James a 9 out of 10. I feel like if she had the hat, it would have really topped, like just really ate. Especially if it was like down like this, covering one eye. Would have been tea. I feel like it would have been tea with a vibe too. Yeah, a 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about Miss Angel Reese and Tom Brown. So earlier in the week, she actually wore Tom Brown to one of her basketball games. And from there, I knew that she had to be wearing Tom Brown to the Met Gala. Now this was a great interpretation of a black tuxedo suit. Perfectly made for a woman of her stature and her height and her build. I truly love the corset and then the satin skirt on top of it and going down. I think it was really nice. I feel like it hugged her body really well. I love the crop top with like a fake or faux black tie and white button up underneath. I think the dress really hugged her body well. I think it was perfect for her, especially for her height too. We're gonna give Angel Reese, I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10, and I think it's a really high, great, good score 8 for her. I don't know, I feel like it's missing one little component, but it is truly a good look for her at her second Met Gala. Now we're going to be talking about Tracee Ellis Ross, who wore Marc Jacobs to the 2025 Met Gala. Now, during the whole live stream of the Met Gala, I'm like, where's the color? Like, I understand, like, people want to go with the blacks, the neutrals, the whites, but where is the color? Because dandy also has origins in Congo, and with their dandy, they really embrace bold colors. And I'm like, where is that part of the Met Gala? But luckily, Tracee walked on those steps and just bold colors. She 100% was on theme with this when it comes to the tailoring part of the theme. I love the jacket. I love how it kind of scoops. And it's not a regular straight jacket, it scoops for her. I love the satin top. It was great draping. And I love the satin bow. That was pretty much her belt for the look. And especially the pants. I think the pants were really structured perfectly. I love the pointed ends. I love the satin. I just love how the whole look was satin. Of course, the hat just topped it off. I really love this look a lot because I was looking for color, and she was the first person to really bring vibrant color to this Met steps. I'm gonna give Tracy a 10 out of 10 because we needed some color. Like, it was getting ridiculous. I was tired of seeing pinstripes, but the pinstripes were tea, but like, it was just kind of the same thing in different ways. This was very different, and I loved it a lot. Now let's talk about Coco Jones wearing a brand called Manish Malhotra. Prayerfully I'm saying that right, at the Met Gala. Now this was one of my favorite looks of the night as well. As you could tell, I like a lot of looks, okay? It was a few that I hated, but I liked a lot of the looks. Now this one I really liked a lot as well. I love the jacket, pantsuit type of vibe. I love the beading on the pants. The beading on the pants was really tea. The jacket, very tea. I love the low slit so you can see a little bit of skin, and so the jewelry can really stand out and have its moment in its place on the look. I think this was really good, especially I think she said this is her first Met Gala and she really went all out for it, and I'm so glad because sometimes when it's somebody's first Met Gala, they don't hit. They just trying to play it safe so they could probably be invited back again. But I think she went all out. She did a really good job. I think this look was beautiful, okay? I love the long braid. Another hairstyle I think that would have really went well with this would be like a bob or just like a short pixie. I love a good pixie. But the braid was really tea because I love a good braid. But all in all, this look was really one of my favorites, and it actually did some numbers on the DFS magazine Instagram account. If you're not following, go follow it right now. And a lot of people liked it on there as well. Now let's talk about Nicki Minaj, who also wore Thom Browne at the Met Gala. Like I said, Thom Browne was hitting. He was going 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4. He was just hitting. No, all gas, no brakes for real for Thom Browne. I really like this look that Nicki Minaj wore at the Met Gala. Okay, so let's analyze this look. Love the roses, I believe. Yes, that's like roses, flowers on like one side of her top for this look. Pinstripes. Another pinstripe look. I'm not mad at it, okay? Love the updo with the like leaf in her hair. Kind of, this look reminded me a lot, after looking at it again, it reminded me a lot of Rihanna's look. Also, that Madam CJ Walker feel to it. I have really no notes, honestly. Yeah, tea. It probably could have been ironed a little more on the top part, but other than that, my girl did good. So yeah, that's it for Nicki Minaj. Now, I 100% had to save the best look of the night for last, and that is Teyana Taylor wearing custom Ruth E. Carter and Marc Jacobs boots. Now, you may be asking, who is Ruth E. Carter? Well, she is an American costume designer who won 2 Oscars for Wakanda Forever and Black Panther. So I have so many things to say about this look. I think it was just perfect. Like, I know I've said that about a lot of the looks that we've talked about today, but this one was just perfect. Like, ugh. So I feel like she gave Willy Wonka type vibes. Like, that's what I got when I first saw it. I love the cape, the red cape with the accentuated shoulders, like I've been saying this whole video. I love me a good accentuated shoulder. The pinstripe long coat with the pants to match that kind of resemble a jogger in a sense, but in a pantsuit slack, I guess. The vest was a red vest, what it looks like. Now the details are what really set off this look a lot. The silver jewelry and accessories, the chain belt, the necklace, the brooches, amazing. Red gloves, she had a cane to match it, and of course she had to have a do-rag on, and the do-rag actually looked good on her. No shade, no tea. And the top hat to match. I think she was phenomenal. And to just be a host at the Met Gala, because she was one of the hosts that were interviewing the celebrities as they were about to walk on the Met steps. But the cape is what really set off the look for me. I just love the boldness of the red color. She's just a swagged out girl, like just always swagged out. And if I'm not mistaken, I said I was excited for her at the Met Gala because I know she was going to do some real edgy, fun, straight on the dandyism plot. Okay, I give this look 1,000 out of 10. Okay, it BMS, like they used to say back in the day. It broke my scale. Okay, I loved this look. Now, as these aren't all of the looks at the Met Gala, these are just the ones that stood out to me. I feel as though there were a lot of celebrities that were right on the mark of dandyism and just the theme of this year's Met Gala. And there were also a lot of celebrities that were not on the theme and just showed up in a black blazer dress and stockings and some pumps. Now, with that being said, that is the end of this video of our 2025 Met Gala wrap up of some of my standout looks. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at DFS Magazine and TikTok at DFS Magazine. And subscribe, comment, like, all the things that them girls be telling you to do. Do it here at DFS Magazine. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.